Today I am, again, using my AI assistant to help me talk about specific topics. So today, talking about how I'm building assets and how I've been doing so in my 20s, how I'm investing into like unconventional things, trying to diversify where I put my money and how it works for me, and why I kind of think it's important for everybody to do it. And again, like I'm speaking from my own personal experience when I kind of go through this. So again, bear with me. So typically the unconventional path that I noticed when people are talking about investing, and typically I kind of get the run of the mill of what people think in my day-to-day job and when I'm speaking to my coworkers at work. Conventional path is to just save as much money as you can. Maybe you invest into your retirement account. What I've also noticed is that a lot of people don't put money into their 401k. I've seen some asinine things talking about that you shouldn't do that. You should absolutely invest into your 401k, especially if your company is giving you a match. It's literally free money that you're throwing away. If you don't do that, like do that yesterday, like immediately. Again, the conventional path that I see, save. Maybe you invest if you have some type of retirement account or some kind of company match or something. Or maybe you're just in the boat of not investing because you're scared and not necessarily know like what to do with your money. I'm hoping to make this video that anybody that's watching this can extrapolate the information that's necessary to take action, whatever age you're in. Like I just started when I was 19 because I took action in turning and learning about this kind of stuff. It's like actually something that I'm really interested in, and taught myself pretty much everything that I know about it. And if I don't know it right now, like I research it and look into this kind of stuff. Maybe you invest, maybe you don't. Maybe you have some type of match and then you wait 40 years and then potentially retire with some type of money. There's a lot to unpack about like how people go about it and why again, because I've learned so much, I understand like my risk and reward of where I'm putting my money, and I want to be able to have money work as hard as it possibly can in specific sectors, and understanding that I have time on my side so I can take a little bit more risk in terms of where I actually put my money. So what's unconventional when I say that? I have obviously the 401k, company match, that whole nine. Like I do have those benefits. I'm very lucky to have that. An employee stock purchasing program where I can actually get a discount on the shares and take a portion of my paycheck and funnel it into an account. And investing into crypto, I have collectibles, both sealed and either cards. I have a Roth IRA that I don't necessarily contribute to all too much because I'm spreading myself a little thin with being able to put into traditional investing accounts that are just on automated processes. And then I build websites. Each one like has its own room in terms of my portfolio of what I think about. So collectibles is not relatively new, but it is something that has grown over the last 5 years as a serious viable part in my portfolio. Now, I look at it as a linear asset, meaning that it doesn't actively work for me. It just appreciates in value over time as more people get rid of them, as less of them are on the market. That's like a straightforward approach in terms of, okay, I have an asset, I have things that are scarce and will appreciate over time. Got it. The 401k. 401k I think is super important. The 4% match, have both my commission and part of my paycheck being invested into that. Cryptocurrencies, the way I look at it, there's a lot of scams and a lot of like really bad information out there for crypto. I will tell you is that I've been in it for a very long time and I've seen enough to like understand that people just bullshit in that industry. It's honestly like the downfall of that industry, but truly if you look at the technology and how it revolutionizes finance in general, I think it's absolutely the future. It's just that we have to get through a lot of bullshit to be able to get to that point. When I'm looking at crypto, it is like the bigger part of my portfolio. So I don't put as much money compared into stocks, where I have been diving much more deeply into over the last couple of years. But I do dollar cost average. So for those of you that don't know what that means, I put little pieces of either my paycheck that are automated, either automatically straight from the payment processor that my company uses, right? You can do this if you have a 401k. You can automate savings. You can automate all this type of stuff. I don't even see that. Then I have other accounts through Acorns and Robinhood that are my own manual automations that I've put in together to constantly invest into either index funds or specific stocks that I want to own long term. I do the same thing with cryptocurrencies, but mainly I'm focusing on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Ish, and then some other altcoins that I believe in personally, like decentralized coins and decentralized AI, and then different L1s. I'm happy to go into it later, but I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. And I just use Kraken. I just dollar cost average. The easiest way to build the habit is to set it and forget it, truly. And then if you buy good assets over time, they appreciate in value. Like, that's the secret that nobody really says out loud. All you have to do is set it up once, and then you don't have to think about it. Now, because I've been doing this for a while, I have different portfolios for different things. Like specifically for stocks, I have portfolios that are just ETFs that are really boring, that don't really have much opinion to them. I'm just betting on the overall market that the United States is going to continue to grow and be up and to the right. That's the bet. That's the thesis. Doesn't necessarily cause all too much chaos. But then I have other portfolios that I am building in public that I'll talk about in future videos, where the risk appetite is a little bit higher, but I'm talking about things and investing into things that I believe in my head will come to fruition in the way that we see the world advance, right? So I invest into nuclear energy because I believe in renewables, and that is the future of renewables. It's like the best, cleanest way to get reliable energy over time. Robotics, AI, the whole value stack of AI, like the things that go into the process of making these chips that power this computer that I'm talking, or this camera that I'm talking to, the computer, the phones that we use. And then I have that portfolio that, again, is a higher risk appetite. Cryptocurrencies is obviously the highest risk appetite. And then you could argue that collectibles is also a higher risk appetite. But if you look at the history of that space and how it goes through waves and continues to grow over time, it's almost like a no-brainer, especially if you know the markets that you're investing into from a collectible standpoint. At the end of the day, I am 28. So while I am still, like, I feel more mature being in my late 20s than I did in my early 20s, the risk, in my opinion, should still be foot on the gas, especially for the assets that you're looking to purchase and hold for a long time. Now, I'm not going out and buying random meme coins shilled on Twitter, because, like, I actually like my money and don't work my ass off to just throw it away. I want to invest into secured, moat building pieces of technology, and invest in ways that I can't, like, obviously guarantee that I'm going to make money, but the likelihood that society advances, technology gets better, more people start using cryptocurrencies and all this stuff. Like, I'm trying to invest and see the way the future and way the world is going to operate in 10, 15 years. Like, that's my whole philosophy on everything there. The goal. I don't really know what the goal is in terms of having assets. It's not to be poor, and not to be left behind. If you watch my video on the sovereign individual, like, those that own assets, build things, and continue to add value in society will continue to grow, and those that don't will be left behind. And I don't want to be in that case, in that camp, or even relatively close to it. So try my best to build assets in a way that's unconventional, that if one side of the portfolio or one side of the way that I'm investing goes down, that maybe another side goes up and it all kind of balances out, or they all go up together and and I make a lot of money over time. So hope you guys found this helpful. I know that I'll look back at this and be either excited, happy, took the risk that I was talking about in my late 20s, or upset that I sold and that I am not as rich as I wanted to be at the age of 35. So I guess we'll find out later. See ya.